Hey everyone, I just got back from my first ride on my CB500X. It's a 2022 model. Now first considerable ride because as you can see, it's still winter. That's an 8-foot high pile of snow. So this is the first ride I've gone that was more than a couple of blocks. So I went 10 miles, like 9.6 or something, but still. I just wanted to share my thoughts on the bike, what I think about it compared to some of my other bikes I've had, that sort of thing. So the first thing I noticed about this bike is it feels super lightweight. It feels just as light as my CRF250l, which was like 150 pounds less than this thing. It's very flickable. This, it doesn't have a 21-inch front wheel, so it turns very well on the street, but at stoplights, going down the road, it feels just as light as my CRF250l. Super easy steering, super responsive. It is 37 degrees, so cold air makes more power, but still. It's very responsive. It wheelies super easy. The seat I find comfortable. I'm just under 6'3", 6'2 3/4" or something, but I find it comfortable. I do think my legs are going to get cramped on longer rides. A lot of people say that it's not comfortable for standing on this. I thought it was. In an off-road sense, I thought it was comfortable. But, I haven't rotated the handlebars around at all. I just changed the lever position, but I could stand up on it, sit down on it, easy. I'll probably mount some cruise pegs up here to alleviate the long-distance cramping. It does 75 miles an hour, no problem at all. It accelerates faster than my old 1200 Goldwing, way faster than my CRF250l, obviously. And actually, like my Kawasaki Versys was a very similar bike to this, both in stature, style, all that sort of thing, but that Versys felt heavy compared to this. Actually, a lot of bikes I've owned feel heavy compared to this. My Kawasaki Versys was a 2010, it was a 650, which very similar riding position and everything, but anytime you got to slow speed maneuvers with that Versys, or when it started leaning way over, it was heavy. So this bike feels much lighter than that. I don't have anything about this bike I don't like other than the grips, which I have already changed. I'm waiting on hardware to install my bark busters because I know this bike's going down at some point. The factory grips are terrible. They're hard as a rock, which, for longevity, for the average rider, they're probably fine. I've got these Renthal dual compound grips. These are the Aramid style. I just prefer these. I really like these grips. They last a long time. They're soft, not squishy, but they have a little bit of give to them. They're not like pillow block, so I've already changed that. But other than that, wonderful bike. I love it. I love how it accelerates. I love how light it feels, especially that it feels like it's weightless. So, I've got a skid plate on it because I know I'm taking this off-road. The factory tires, in ice and snow are terrible, but so would knobbies. There's nothing that's going to fix that, but that is something I'm going to change because that's not aggressive enough for the gravel roads I'm going to be doing, but they're good enough for now. The windshield for me is completely inadequate. If I was 5 foot tall, it might be fine, but even in its high position, the wind is hitting me in the neck. So I am absolutely going to be changing the windshield out. This would be a nice summer windshield for when it's hot out, but if there's weather or, I ride in the cold, obviously, that's, for me, being 6'2", is completely inadequate. But yeah, other than that, wonderful. Nothing to complain about other than the grips. I absolutely love it. I'm so happy I got it, and I'm so happy I finally got to take it out, even though my hands really hurt because I don't have hand guards on this to block the wind. But that's my first ride impression, the CB500X.